suggested, but... Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for?
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, so I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself.
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped?
Yeah, but this is my blimmin' kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you...
I've never been one to play favourites, Molly. So...
A fried mortress of skyworm. Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope...
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Used to say the ingredients even...
Wow. That's a question, kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. And if it...
You do...
Clive, if you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. It'd better all be here. Is that all?
What am I gonna do?
Is everything all right? You seem more...
Oh, I don't know what that means. Oh, I think Nan might be in...
It's all right.
Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. But she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't wanted to ask her about it myself, but she'd never give your tongue a...
Don't worry.
You'll...
Of course. Rutherford. Where would he be in Martha's room? Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires? Aye. Lady Karen.
Not nearly as...
You're doing good trade.
What exactly? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care.
Just... all right.
Oh. Are you?
All I know is that someone in Dalamil...
And what? You believe it? You think I'm prophet? Look. I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the rep, but that woman is no...
You're right, Lady Karen. It was wrong of me to...
No.
Of course.
It seems the hideaway's lost it.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Sid,
Sid, perhaps you can...
I can certainly try.
It's not who, but what. Mid-scales. The ones I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after that, my first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having, which almost certainly means they had everything.
Perhaps a visit from...
I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no... They were in the atrium when I last saw them.
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you'd...
Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to...
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I'm...
So the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth... Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern. They're
dragon livers.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very colour of the sea beside which...
So we know where to look for our liver.
Saint's bonnet, in contemporary parlance. A herb which grows... I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life. In which...
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other.
Best of luck, and do say...
I spoke that the rumors were unfounded, and that I was, along with some other things, that while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted...
Oh, I knew Nan wasn't... But why would people say she was?
No, but people do things for all sorts of reasons.
Well, that trader, he said they were all talking about her, so that's where I'm going. I'll find...
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever...
Oh, but that's why you...
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they...
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just tell...
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. It's not a set of scales.
No.
Well, not anymore, it's not.
And just how long hasn't...
We're so...
But we didn't break them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed up.
Miss Mididol?
Because that's the only way to become a
Miss Mididol said, the best way I see our summit...
Well, then your work is already half done.
The taking apart was easy enough, but...
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take response. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall... All right. Every piece has its own role to play, and if even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about... You already know one of the pieces. This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much...
You're right. It looks more...
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid?
I'll think about it.
Hold things. So wait.
Good thinking. You're on the right... This tiny piece is what's called...
I have. Miss Mididol.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move.
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then...
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried...
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's... So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick...
Not a bad idea. These round parts are called...
I do! But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot.
But
What if I wanted to wear Goot?
What are the chains for?
Well spotted. Which means... So, now that we've taken...
I think we've got...
Then here's what we'll do. You tell...
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the...
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings. And then the arms hold the pants.
Very good.
Yes! We did it!
Well...
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you...
That's right. We're Miss Mid...
Her hairs.
Yeah. Hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help...
What do you think, Sid?
With a little more help from Miss Midadol and Miss Shirley.
You hear that?
Until then, though, do try to be honest with me.
Hey, look!
You don't think Sid forgot about it? Didn't happen to forget anything, did you, Sid?
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they won't stop until they slaughter them.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
Seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be fun?
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children they dismantled them to see how they work.
Oh, no, Mid will have...
Thankfully she won't. Although I was the one who ended up to...
I'm so sorry. I shall see that the children are...
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them. She'd have them follow in her footsteps.
I see. Sid, do you know why...
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva.
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee to anyone else it would be an opportunity. But to Mid, who lost both her, but that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope.
Which explains her... She's working to give them a better life.
Ah, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure that... If Mid is teaching my pupils her secrets, I suppose I should brush up on some of them myself.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost. Fare thee well, my friend.
If Mid is teaching my pupils her secrets, I suppose I should brush up on some of them myself.
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Candle was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
This one.
Fate seem bent on driving me from my inn. But if they want me out...
My lord Marquis, is that... It is you. I am Sebastian Rutherford.
Of course.
Yes, my lord.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord.
It's all right.
I am here at Martha's, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm, and what I have learned is grim. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashikat, the gears of governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand, the realm threatens. Your lord uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid...
That sounds like...
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid.
Alas.
I have lost contact with two of them. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword. Yet in these dark times...
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic. The other...
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Thank you, my lord. My associate in Dhalmekia would have had to pass through the Republic's checkpoints to gain entry to the capital. Perhaps someone in Dalimil or Tabor would have seen him.
were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
Captain said it was you who slew the, whatever they were. And for that you have our thanks.
Faster!
Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. This must be our wyvern. All right. Let's get this over with. That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent. I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
Seems the hideaway's lost its...
So, did you...
I did, and he was as helpful as ever.
And what precisely will I be cooking up?
Blueback wyvern liver.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, now then, you stay right where you are. Let's hope these grand old chefs of... And here we have it. Fried more... Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well,
And rightly so. Is there any higher honour than part...
So...
What? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost... It is a tour de force. A force of nature.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right.
Decent. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest...
I'll give it some...
That book may be a veritable treasure trove, but the recipes are hardly what I'd call honest fare.
Welcome back, Sid. Shout if you need to. Oh, keep your mug handy. You look like you could do with a drink.
That's what we like. Knock 'em back, everyone! Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed.
Kanda's walls will not hold the Akashic Horde for long.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
How are you doing? Quick look.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Mummy,
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
are the bad men going to come back?
The gentlemen of the town guard are a strapping bunch.
Fuck! How the hell? The finest cell sword.
Could be I know something more.
Clyde, I found someone who says he's...
Have you?
Go on.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, and the more war being waged. And who will they... Why, the good...
And you've seen this...
Aye, it just so happens. You'll find her right here plying her trade...
Here in Delaware? Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market. But if you're... But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that. Feeling bold, traveler? Now, if that's all...
Sorry to...
You don't think Nan's the
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places.
Eh?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks.
Good question.
And I'll visit...
All right.
You too, Goots.
What a mess. Where do we even start? You fought very bravely.
The safety of the town is in our hands.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it? Thought I might...
It was a fairly unconvincing... So...
That's up to die a slow death, boys.
Now...
we could pretend this didn't happen. Go on.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed, he only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one, or you weren't even supposed to.
What were you going to do?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction. Then well...
You're not worth the effort. I need to find Goods.
Get your filthy paws off me!
Stop, Carl, and stop spreading them horrible lies about...
Well, for they are not lies. Every last word...
Goose.
He's gonna... He said she had to pay...
After what she did, it is only right. That loathsome harpy's very... Goots, was it? Only with your... Run along now.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise me you won't, or I'll...
Goots, no.
Enough, all of you!
Karen. But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it? I thought the years might have taught you some sense, but I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've always been. What was it we called you? Wet legs?
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Goots, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs, you remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, Sam. Wise. And now... Sorry to keep you up.
Is he
Dead? No. It's not easy going through life, one eye short of a pet. After all,
You don't mean...
Oh, don't. Lost it to old wet legs back when we were... Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing, so I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, he crossed a line dragging poor Goots. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan, but...
Well, if he does, let's we take the other eye, then we work our way down. But something tells me the right. Let's get you back to the hideaway.
Remind me never to cross you, Karen. Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your...
I already... Please! These men are...
I'll deal with...
You, that one's me. If you'd kindly pay the coinios...
Or you can go back to your garrison and I...
Oh, you... He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
Stay down! I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but...
Much has changed in the Republican Army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon his men confiscated my effects.
The captain is no more.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free. Only to be stopped again by...
What of the Fist Central Command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst them.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has... Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes
And it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria.
I'll find a caravan. You won't mind...
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up... There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me.
I'm not.
And then you found I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant to the late...
Of the 7 high houses of... It's been... Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? I was on my...
And which... You... They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Make for the town while you can.
You don't need to tell me twice. This looks to be all...
I thought I told you to...
And stand by, as ill might befall them.
It's just cluck, which is more than can be said.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even the market stalls are nearly bare. And the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon. When I said the one...
Rockford, if you...
I said...
Don't.
I suppose...
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece. I see.
The rest's location affords a constant flow of Speaking of which, I only happen to...
They both seem to think that...
I am afraid that Storm is in crisis. And if we are to free her, we must.
As it is,
I will see that your Lord Uncle is made aware of the situation and...
Nothing like a dish.
I didn't. I just thought I had to...
Aye. Well, someone had to. Reckon the both of us would be what you've always been, and I'd have you stay. Why, you're fine.
Thanks.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. He'll need to start looking out. Till then, he'll need people.
Of course.
Stop. I don't go.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires? We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it, the Echoes have a will of their own.
Get him!
Yeah!
Give me something!
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clyde. But with better manners.
I do. What are you up to now then? Bound for the Free Cities, perhaps?
You're injured. What happened here?
It swallowed our camp. My own men. There's a village not far from here.
I'll go. Rest wells. said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go round it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Good. I got here in time.
Fire and flame! Someone there! Please, I can't move my leg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic. You're with the battalion?
I am.
Taken care of. One of you...
Another survivor?
Is...
He was right to send you. Tabor is safe thanks to you. You seem...
You must have me confused with some...
Wait.
Son of a whore. I was there! In Kosnis when you killed my brothers!
My war with Hugo Kupka is over.
And what of my ill will? Coward!
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it.
My oath!
I know how hard they are to keep.
No. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You...
Man.
I am nothing like you. Just know that I will.
You will regret.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Welcome, travelers. We don't get many visitors here.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Are you buying or selling? Of course. Come again.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yotei, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yotei has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yotei. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yotei and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloeda Knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them? Yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce!
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you!
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king! He has come to save us from the Akashic! He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools! Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough. Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city, her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike, his very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominants, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it, like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yotei of the lake?
By all means.
Yotei, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yotei.
Let's find our friends.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Opportunity beckons. Who am... Is that blade for hire, perchance? Because I have a mind to make a killing.
Figuratively, I hope.
Well, yes and no. A passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade, that an elder Dread Evis had been sighted in the fields of Korava. Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity, but those that do develop a hide of phenomenal value.
A hide you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned. Dread, bring me that...
All right. I'll hunt your eat.
Of course you will. When one lives in such... Leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that I eagerly await your safe and...
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, Charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix, and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token. For as long as you bear it, members of our order will, if there is nothing further.
No.
Your Grace.
To Canva, then?
We'll talk about it. Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any crystals?
You! Finally. No one was...
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word.
The university?
A specialist in ancient cultures. The most accomplished and all. In my heyday, no obstacle could have... The answers I see... Would you do a no?
Climb the
and memorize a few inscriptions for... the three of them, to be precise. I'm here, in the... Namely...
I can't promise...
Remember...
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor.
Thank you for the dealer.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Have you noticed the elders?
And a scratch on them.
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the boxes to Dalaman.
Why won't the sky go back to how it was? I don't like it.
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read.
Thoughts like him always are, aren't they?
How are those new boots treating you?
They're fantastic. Soft as phoenix down, but tough.
The engravings were in good repair, consider.
Oh, what that I could have... come, don't tease me now. Let's...
Guardians of the Crystal. I'm pretty sure...
Fascinating. It would... But whatever could have driven the
Wonders of the core.
No doubt this...
Children, that's all three.
And so, 3 guardians, little and up to... For years, I have pondered the mysteries of Tabor's founding. Would that I had made...
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches will bring down the price.
Run like the wind. Old he may be, but it looks like there's still plenty of fight time yet.
Get him!
The sooner it's off my hands, the better. Here's your...
Oh, as supple as a maiden's cheek, yet as adamant as her virtue. This is everything I had hoped for, and more. Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. You must be a hunter of considerable talent to have bested the beast with nary a scratch. Join me as my honored partner. With my means and your might, we shall be as wealthy as the merchant kings of Zemeckis.
I don't plan on making a habit of this. I'm busy enough as it is.
Very well. Though I believe fate had a hand in our meeting, it would be unbecoming of me to beg. Do not allow me to keep you from being about your business. Here, for the hide.